Hi everyone, it's Heather Hansen again. This is take 3 of our Building Confidence Speaking English live Facebook video, which, my first time trying this, and we're learning lots of lessons here about how Facebook live video works. I'm hoping you can hear me this time. So as soon as people start realizing I'm live and you come on here, I hope that you will let me know if you can't hear. Because we just did this whole thing once and now we'll do it again. That's okay though. But basically, third time's a charm. Let's give it a shot. I think it's funny that here we are talking about painful lessons and building confidence. And of course we have a million issues and it doesn't work and you all show up and you can't hear me and then I have to do it again. So, it's a perfect example of just having to keep going and trying something, even if it's embarrassing or painful or doesn't work out the first time, right? But basically last week I asked all of you if you would be interested in me doing some live Q&A sessions. Hi! It's kind of fun when you pop up on the screen and say hello. Can you hear me? Because the last video I just did, no one could hear me, so I hope you can hear me this time. But yeah, for those of you who haven't seen me live before, I'm Heather Hansen. I'm the face behind English Pronunciation Lab and the founder of Global Speech Academy. And I'm a English language specialist focusing on English pronunciation. So anything having to do with clear speech and public presentation skills, that's what I'm helping my clients with. And I thought for this first session, to get the ball rolling, I would talk about the biggest challenge that my clients have when they come to see me. And this is exactly what I'll be talking about today, why improving pronunciation is so painful. It is painful, it can be painful, mainly because it can be embarrassing, it can be difficult, it can be hard to try something new. It's hard to go out of our comfort zone, But yeah, we can go ahead and dive right in with that actually. Because what I wanted to share with you is this. When people come to me, their biggest challenge is, I don't feel confident speaking up. I don't feel confident sharing my message. And what's usually happening is these people are avoiding opportunities. So the boss comes and says, hey, will you present this at our meeting this week? Because you worked on this project, I know you know the most about it, you'll be great. And they say, no, I don't think I'm the best person, or can someone else do it? Or they call in sick, or they just miss the opportunity. And I hate seeing people all over the world missing opportunities because they're afraid of speaking up. They're afraid of being embarrassed. They're afraid that their pronunciation isn't correct or they'll use the wrong words. I really deeply understand these feelings because I too speak foreign languages. I have a bachelor's degree in German. It's very rusty now. It's very difficult for me to speak, although I understand everything. And I'm fluent in Danish and I live in Denmark. I'm married to a Dane. And it's so easy for me to sit here and do this right now in English. It's my native language, lucky me. I can stand in front of hundreds of people, no problem, no issues with confidence. But if I were to do that in Danish, well, believe me, it's a completely different story. I become a completely different person. I often feel like people who know me only when I speak Danish don't even really know who I am, because it's like my whole personality changes. And I too will pass up opportunities. I too will feel like I'm being judged. I too get all of the nerves and anxiety that comes along with having to speak a foreign language in a public environment, in a professional environment. So I truly and deeply understand what you're going through and why this challenge can be so painful and why it can hold so many people back. And if you follow this page, English Pronunciation Lab, and you're interested in improving your pronunciation, then I know that these are issues that you're facing. And I would love to find a way to change that for you. That's really why I do what I do, because I hate thinking of the number of people that are out there in the world passing up opportunities whose voices we aren't hearing, simply because you're afraid to speak up and you're afraid to make mistakes in English. So how can we begin to improve our confidence? How can we raise those levels? And unfortunately, I can't give you a magic pill. I can help you to understand what you might be doing wrong and how you might improve and all of those technical details. That's the easy part. But in the end, I could give you all my secrets. I could teach you everything I know. And if you still don't have the confidence to speak up, then what's the point, right? So how do we build the confidence? And the only way, I'm sorry to say it, is to get out there and do it. That's the only way. And even though it's painful, even though it's embarrassing, even though you feel like people are judging you, but I guarantee you that it's so much worse in your own head than it really is in the real world. And I love the comment from Juan, who just wrote that no pain, no gain. It's so absolutely true. And that exactly reminds me of something that I am going through right now, moving out of my comfort zone, trying something new, failing over and over again, feeling embarrassed about it, but I have to keep going. And those of you who know me privately or follow my personal profile or follow me on Instagram or the fitness app Fit and Share, you know that I am absolutely crazy about Taekwondo. And I started about a year ago. And what's really funny is that, okay, I went and started this martial art at the age of 35 last year, and I hate fighting. And my trainer has said to me so many times, you know that that's what we do in martial arts, right? And I said, yeah. But I was more interested in the technique, in the beauty of the sport, in, learning. I thought of it as a more action-packed yoga kind of thing. So anyway, I've been pushing myself these last few months to become more comfortable with fighting in Taekwondo. And believe me, it's a painful experience. I'll show you what I received 9 days ago on my arms. Do you see these nice bruises? They're almost gone, actually. This is the best they've looked. These are from 9 days ago. My husband won't even let me go out in public because he's afraid people think I'm getting beaten. and no, it's not him. A 15-year-old girl did this to me. I'm absolutely serious. So, painful lesson, yes. Now, how did I discover the lesson in this? Because at first I didn't realize the lesson. I thought, oh, well, it's a part of Taekwondo. This is what happens. You get bruised, you get beat up. Deal with it, Heather. Suck it up, princess. Like, come on, get it together. Even though, I'm fighting kids that are 20 years younger than me, But anyway, it wasn't until some of my teammates came up to me and said, Heather, why do you have bruises there? If you're doing Taekwondo correctly, you shouldn't have bruises there. And I'm going, excuse me, what do you mean? Did you not see training? Didn't you see her kicking me? I mean, what do you mean? And they said, if you're using your blocks correctly, you should never have bruises on this part of your arm, your biceps area, because you should be blocking here. And then I kind of sat and thought about it. I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, because that's why we wear protection here on our forearms and our hands. We don't wear anything up here because you shouldn't be kicked here. You should be blocking correctly and using the sport correctly. So that was a really big lesson, and it was one that I needed to have pointed out to me. I didn't really realize it. So 9 days ago, I got these bruises. I've been to fight training, well, just training in general, 3 times since then. And no more bruises on the biceps. I learned the lesson, right? And I started blocking here. So I have a new bruise right there. It's not as dark. You won't see it probably on the video. But that's a good one because it means that I blocked properly, right? I have some on my triceps. I don't know how I got those or if they're correct. But the point of the story is this. Moving out of our comfort zone, trying something new, it is painful. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get bruises, emotional bruises, physical bruises, mental bruises, but you have to keep going. Now, I could have easily stopped 9 days ago and said, oh my gosh, this is just too much. It hurts and it's hard and I'm embarrassed and what do I do? But I can't think that way. I love the sport. I want to get better. I have to turn that around. I have to be able to laugh at myself. And honestly, you have to do that with language as well. You have to learn to laugh at yourself because the mistakes that we make in foreign languages are hilarious. If you can be more lighthearted and laugh at yourself about those things, the mispronunciations and the crazy stuff that we end up saying accidentally in foreign languages, if you can laugh at that, it makes it so much more fun, And it reminds me of another conversation I just had today with someone where we were talking about fitness because this is, such a big part of my life now. And she was saying, you know, yeah, it's really great to see what you're doing now and that you're having fun with it. And it reminded me how important it is, even when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone, that we're still having fun, that we're still able to laugh at ourselves, that we're enjoying it. So when you take on that opportunity to speak in public, or you know, take that teleconference call, or speak up in the meeting, whatever it might be, try to change the way you frame it in your mind, that this is something fun, it's a challenge, it's something that you're improving and getting better at every time you try, but you've got to keep trying. You can't just hide and you know, just say, oh well, and it's not something for me. You have to keep going. Let me take a look at some of these. I can see some of these comments coming in. Raphael says, if you want to improve your pronunciation, you have to work hard. Yeah, and you do. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication. And it's not easy. And you just have to keep going. You have to keep going. We have another comment here, watching John Oliver videos, some others the same, really helping me, but still sometimes some words are difficult, like drizzling. Drizzling, yeah. And I'm looking at the script of your name, and I'm thinking Indian language, possibly. I'm not sure which script that is, but S and Z would be an obvious issue for you. Is it Thai? No, I can't tell from so far away on my phone. But the S and Z is probably the issue there, as well as the R and L, I would assume. So drizzling, yeah, of course, it's going to be a difficult one for you, unfortunately. But again, you know, I can... it's Deepak, okay. So I can help you, I can show you, you know, how to change the R and the L. I can show you how to pronounce the S and the Z. But again, if you don't have the confidence to do the practice and step out into the world and use these words, because we're very, very good as non-native speakers, myself included, when there's a word we know we can't pronounce, we will find every other word in the universe to use except for that one that's hard to pronounce. So instead of practicing, we're avoiding. And we've got to stop avoiding. We have to hit it straight on. We have to try. We have to keep working through it. And every time we say it wrong, we just laugh about it. And it's okay to say, yeah, I know you probably don't understand what I'm saying right now. Let's do that. But as adults, we hate doing that, don't we? Let's see if we can. There we go. We're back. What is drizzling? Someone said. Drizzling is like a light rain. If it's lightly raining, we can say it's drizzling. Yeah, that's probably the best explanation I can give for drizzling. So it must be a word that Deepak would need to use or has heard and would like to be able to use. And I think it's great to grow your vocabulary that way as well. Same. You look like a good and educative teacher. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But what I was saying is, you know, we need to take those words, and the ones, even though they're hard, you need to try to use them as much as you can, okay? Practice. Move out of your comfort zone. Get those bruises. Be able to laugh at it and move on, okay? It's the only way to start building confidence. And every time you try, you're going to get better and better and better. That's just how it works. You will get better and better, but it's a long process, and it's not an easy process. So be prepared for that. Now, for those of you who are interested in improving even more, and I know if you're following this page, if you're watching this video, I know that you are, this Monday, I'll be releasing my free 3-part video series. It's something that I do once a year, and we'll have 3 big videos on, the first will be on building confidence, what we're talking about now, but I think I talk about it a little bit differently because I hadn't learned these lessons yet. So look forward to that one. That'll be on Monday. Then a few days later, we'll talk about consonant and vowel sounds, and I'll be giving you tons of tips on proper articulation. And then the final one will be fluency and flow. So how to link the sounds together to make words and connected speech, and to speak from your heart and to sound fluent. So that series will start on Monday. If you are not already in my database, go to pronunciationmastery.com, enter your email, and you'll be the first to know when those videos are live, okay? So it's pronunciationmastery.com. and it'll start on Monday. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do this time, because I think this is kind of fun and I get to know you a little bit better, is after each video this time, I'm going to hop on Facebook and do a live Q&A so we can talk about what you've learned in the video and how it went, and if you have any more questions, and I think that'll be really, really cool. So I'll give you more details about that sometime soon, and we'll set up a time so you know when I'll be on, and we can chit chat about that, okay? Let me see what else is here. I'm always asking my teacher about the difference between using if and when. Are they the same? No, they aren't the same. This is Ahmed's question here. Are they the same? No, because when means that something is definitely happening. If is hypothetical. So if it rains today, then we will stay inside and watch a movie. If it rains, we don't know if it will rain or not. If I say when it rains, we'll stay inside and watch a movie, that means that we know 100% that it's raining, and that when it does rain, then we're going to be inside. So it is a very slight difference. It's a larger answer than that I'll have to maybe do a full video on at some point. Can we use it as misting? No. Drizzling, yes, but not misting. We can't say it is misting. We can say it's misty outside, which is a little similar to a drizzle, but misty is a little more foggy, right? It's not so, you can't see so well, whereas drizzle is wetter. It's more of a rain. And Deepak. Oh, thank you. Deepak says, my smile is sweet. That's very nice of you. Yes, go to the website if you want to follow along on the free video series next week. Then just go to pronunciationmastery.com. Put your name and email in, and you'll be on the list. And after this, I'll put it in the comments or something so you guys know where to go. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and for hanging out with me and for being patient. This was take 3 of our first try at Facebook Live videos, so I hope it all went well, and we will do this again very soon. It was a lot of fun. Until next time, everyone, happy speaking. Bye.